Hello and welcome to today's Advent Drink Along. I'm Luke. Today we're drinking a beer from DNA, which is their One Hop Wonder Mosaic edition. I was just thinking about this beer and the people behind it, and it's a bit of a potted history of the highs and lows of business in New Zealand brewing, really. So DNA stands for Dave and Ant. Dave Nichols was a former brewer at Moa and at various big breweries before that, and started up DNA with Ant, who's a winemaker by background, in lovely Marlborough. Cheers. So it's a relatively new brewery. I believe Dave left Moa before all the changes there. So Moa's a bit of a strange story, I suppose. Started also by a winemaker's son, and famous for some quite surprising advertising campaigns. And then it was the guy from 42 Below was involved, and then it floated on the stock exchange, and then it was bought by a hospitality company. I think it was Saver Group, and then Moa was bought by the guy who worked for that company for I think it's about $1.8 million, a surprisingly low amount of money. So yeah, it'd be interesting to actually find out the story of Moa behind the scenes. But anyway, the great parts of Moa were when Dave was making some very good beers there, and whatever you might think about Moa, it is an independent brewing brand, and I suppose a lot of the beers are aimed at supermarkets and shelves and more affordable beers. But for a while, they were brewing some really, really fantastic beers, and a lot of brewers and beer enthusiasts have a really fond memory of the wild ferment beers that they brewed when he was there. So they did their cherry sour. They had their I think that was a Chardonnay grape sour. So these beautiful like bottle Cajun cork wild ferment beers that were really, really great and just something really unexpected. A very, very highly regarded brewer that, as I say, went out to Marlborough, started brewing DNA, and bought the really lovely brew kit from a brewery, Tinker Tailor, who were another brewer that sadly disappeared in around 2019, I think it was. And yeah, John there had all the bells and whistles, so it was a really beautiful purpose-built brew kit. They really know what they're doing down there, and they're doing some contract production for cider companies. And huge news just in the last few weeks are the DNA have bought Hop Federation. So you may recall that Hop Federation was a brewery started by a chap called Simon, who was the head brewer and founder, and that was purchased by Kono, which is a bigger company that owns wine brands and things, a Maori organisation, and they announced that they were closing it down a few months ago. The good news is that it's been bought as a brand by DNA, so the actual brewing will move over to DNA's brewing site, and most excitingly is the founder and brewer of Hop Federation will also be going along. So we're going to get to see some of those great Hop Federation beers still around, which is great news. And One Hop Wonder is just a really cool idea for a series of beers. It's an idea that I suppose was kind of cool about 8 years or so ago, when brewers would do, often they do smash, so single malt and single hop beers, which work really nicely if you have the right kind of malt and the right kind of hop that is dual purpose. But definitely IPAs and pale ales showcasing a single hop is a really great idea for brewers and for drinkers, just to get a good idea of what a hop does. As we spoke about with Craig a few days ago from Black Sands, he was saying that he rarely uses more than a couple of hops in his beers because he likes to know what they're doing and know what each ingredient is bringing to it. And of course there is definitely room for beers that have multiple different hops. It's the same as cooking, I suppose. The different hops are bringing different things to a beer. But there are some hops, and especially some modern hops, that do it all. That have got they've got the bittering, they've got the aroma, and just yeah, they're not one note. There's a lot of things happening with that hop, and yeah, definitely Mosaic is one of those hops. It only came out in I think about 2012. It is. I really should have looked this up again. I think it's the child of Simcoe and something else. But it's a hop that, as you can take from your glass, it's got quite a dominant tangerine character, and it has your sort of like bit of pine resin. It's got a really lovely bitterness, which isn't astringent in any way. It's yeah, kind of yeah, like Opal Fruits, Jolly Rancher kind of tropical papaya sort of vibes going on with this. Yeah, Mosaic's a really fantastic hop. So really cool to have DNA showcasing all these different hops with their One Hop Wonder series. And one I sometimes think of was Epic Brewing, who of course also is a brewery that failed and liquidated and was purchased and rose again like a phoenix. So they did their One Trick Pony series, which was a really clever name for. They got a reputation for being one trick ponies, for being all about IPA and and hoppy beers, and they really lent into that with their One Trick Pony series, which was exactly that. It was a series showcasing different hops in each beer. So yeah, it would be a cool thing to see more brewers do, I suppose. I think drinkers are into this sort of thing. I know that it's kind of interesting and cool to learn about different hops for drinkers and people to figure out what their favourites are and what they hate and what they love, because there definitely are some hops that are really divisive. You know, some of our New Zealand hops, like things like Riwaka, Nelson Sauvin, are two hops that I really love, but I definitely get that a lot of people would not like them. And yeah, Mosaic is. Couldn't really think of anyone that likes IPAs not enjoying Mosaic. It is just a real crowd pleaser. And another cool thing is that these days brewers have access to all these different kinds of hop products, different ways of processing hops. As it says on the can here, they use 4 different types of Mosaic in this beer, which is a really cool way to get the real expression and the essence of the hops. T90, so they're just the hop pellets, so they're just like pelletized little hop pellets that look like rabbit food. So it's when the hops are harvested and they're dried out and they're kilned and processed. So that's what brewers have used for brewing for decades and decades. And it's a great way to get your hoppy flavour into a beer. But also cryo. So cryo is a relatively modern thing, or it's become more popular recently. So the cryo process is, well, as it has in the name, it's cryogenically dehydrating and bringing down to very cold temperatures the hop, but they exclude the vegetal matter basically. So you're getting the aroma and the bitterness and the character and everything in the hop, but you're not getting any of the stalks and the leaves and the green matter that can lead to, as I say, like vegetal stewed character. So it's it's really the essence of the hop, which is really cool. And then there's also some hop oils. So it's the Hyper Boost and Dyna Boost that are brand new processes that I need to read more up on. But basically, one of them is a hop oil. So it's an extract of the hop. So again, similar thing, that it's cool that you can get this like extremely focused concentrate, everything you want out of the hops, but without actually having to have the whole hop cones. So you're getting the whole thing, but in a much lighter weight package. So also with hop speeder products that are grown around the world, it's also really cool that you can just have this little liquid package that arrives at your brewery, rather than having sort of big silver foil packets of hops arriving. So it's only delivering exactly what you want from your hops without any of the green vegetable matter. And then also Dynaboost. So I don't know exactly what Dynaboost is. It is not hop oil. It is some kind of hop flavour extract. Sorry guys, you're watching this video with me, expecting that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to bullshit you. Dynaboost, I know to be a hop product. I know it's kind of similar to a hop oil. I don't actually know what it looks like. I haven't brewed with it or worked with it, but I know it is something where you're extracting everything out of the Mosaic hop. So yeah, thanks to modern technology, you now have many ways to get the most out of a hop into one beer. And it is an IPA, it's a West Coast IPA. It's a modern West Coast IPA. It's not those, it's not the IBU wars. It's not going to turn your face inside out with bitterness, but it's a solid bitterness. It's a lingering residual bitterness. It's, as you would expect, a really lovely IPA. And a great one to be enjoying on Christmas Eve's Eve. Excellent work to DNA. Cool to be trying your beers, and very excited about what 2026 is going to bring. I think it's going to be a pretty huge year for the brewery. So yeah, exciting times. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow.